The United States is preparing for war. At the same time, work is underway both to strengthen air defense and to test new weapons.
The entire system should be operational before the end of my term. That means we have just over 3 years.
We are talking about the highly advanced and cutting-edge ultra-modern air defense system Golden Dome, which should use absolutely all the resources of the United States, including the use of space in its operation. In turn, both China and Russia have already become concerned as the new dome is meant to protect the US from them. Some have once again failed in launching an intercontinental ballistic missile.
3, 2, 1. Now, prepare to launch directly towards the city of Washington. Now.
Others are demanding the cancellation of the dome's creation, supposedly due to violations of the agreement on the peaceful use of space. In reality, though, they understand that the new system will clearly be beyond their capabilities. So what exactly are Beijing and Moscow afraid of? What will America's Golden Dome actually be like? Will Russia be able to reach the United States with anything from its arsenal? And what have American engineers already prepared in response? Find out all about this right now in the new episode of Arsenal. So, just recently, Donald Trump officially launched the creation of a new generation of air defense for America called the Golden Dome. The system is designed to protect the states from long-range missile threats. It was previously reported that the White House administration would spare no expense for this, but the figures announced recently shocked even the most seasoned experts.
I am pleased to announce that one large, beautiful bill will allocate $25 billion for the Golden Dome to begin construction. This is the initial amount. We are talking about a total cost of $175 billion for this project when it is completed.
It is known that the American developers were inspired by the Israeli Iron Dome. However, unlike that system which protects against short-range missiles, the Golden Dome is supposed to provide protection even against ballistic and hypersonic missiles capable of causing damage on a national scale.
The Golden Dome is not a system, it's more an umbrella concept for bringing things together, for stitching the fabric of data that needs to be unified, like integrating different sensors and integrations, all these capabilities into something coherent and operational. It is necessary to stitch together all the Department of Defense sensors and commercial sensors, for example, in the continental United States, which deal with weather, air traffic control, or all of that.
The idea behind this program is quite simple. To begin intercepting intercontinental ballistic missiles at an early stage of flight, while their engines are still running and the flame is clearly visible, and the missile itself has not yet gained speed or at the mid-course staggering flight in space. To achieve this, the possibility of deploying American interceptors in Earth's orbit is being considered. These interceptors will be able to destroy targets, including with laser weapons. Incidentally, this method could also help protect neighboring countries.
Canada has already stated that it also wants to be part of the Golden Dome, and we will talk with them to ensure they are protected as well. As always, we will help Canada. The system should be fully operational before the end of my term, so we have just over 3 years.
At the same time, analysts note that some of the systems included in the Golden Dome program are still at present in the development stage, which could somewhat delay the implementation of Washington's plans.
To make progress, it is necessary to leverage experience in software development as well as existing missile defense systems. $175 billion is a huge amount of money, and developing and implementing the system will likely take 10 years.
However, this kind of skepticism does not seem to be shared in China, since in the Golden Dome documentation, the PRC is declared almost the main threat. Thus, Beijing has already approached Washington with a demand to halt the program, officially stating that it violates the principle of the peaceful use of outer space.
We firmly urge the United States to abandon the development and deployment of a global missile defense system and to actively take concrete steps to strengthen strategic mutual trust between major powers and to safeguard global strategic stability.
Another threat traditionally recognized by America is Russia, which has also decided to respond to the US over the creation of the new missile defense system. This happened even before the phone conversation between Putin and Trump. As a response, it was decided to opt for intimidation, specifically a test launch of the RS-24 intercontinental ballistic missile.
A device weighing 46 tons, about 22 meters long, and costing over $50 million, even if you count it in dollar terms. This is not an everyday event.
But things didn't turn out as planned. Despite the constant promotion of the missile on Russian TV,
Why threaten boundless Russia with nuclear weapons while sitting on essentially a small island? The island is so small that a single missile would be enough to sink it once and for all. Everything has already been calculated, moreover, calculated by the British themselves.
and the widespread victory hysteria among Russians themselves.
3, 2, 1. Initiating the launch sequence right now at the city of Washington, D.C.
There was no launch, not only towards Washington, but not even at the training range. As analysts note, there wasn't even an attempt to launch. Some of them believe that Putin changed his mind. However, most agree that something went off plan during the launch preparations.
Preparing for a launch is a multi-stage process. First of all, the launcher leaves the park, that is the division's base heads to its operational area, takes up position, the launch point coordinates are entered, and the launch is carried out. But before that, of course, all the missile systems are checked. Obviously, something went wrong during this process and the launch was postponed.
At the same time, ongoing problems with Yas launches do not prevent them from remaining the backbone of Russia's strategic missile forces and, at least on paper, from being the most powerful missile in the Russian arsenal.
The missile itself has a multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicle warhead with about 3 or 4, depending on the yield, 3 or 4 individually guided warheads. The yield of each warhead in TNT equivalent is up to about half a megaton, that is 500 kilotons. For comparison, the bomb dropped on Hiroshima was 20 kilotons, so this is 25 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima.
Which, by the way, the Russians themselves experienced a couple of months ago when, during an attempt to launch the intercontinental missile Sarmat, it detonated right in the launch silo, turning the test site into a huge crater.
If the missile exploded right in the silo, the launch silo, then that's a problem with the power unit, with the engine basically. That's it. Or with the engine control system. Exactly. That's regarding the Sarmat.
Meanwhile, Washington once again showed Moscow and to the world what it really means to make advanced, high-quality missiles. The US reported successful tests of its newest intercontinental ballistic missile, the Minuteman III, which flies 7,000 kilometers.
I would say that our nuclear triad and intercontinental ballistic missiles are used every day. Right now, just as it has been for the past half century, we have pilots, maintenance personnel, and military staff who monitor deterrence on a daily basis. Therefore, the main value is the ability to resist and deter the enemy, which they provide to the president, ensuring confidence that no one will attack the United States.
At the same time, the missile itself has already undergone multiple test launches. The distinguishing feature of these tests is that the Minuteman III was equipped with the newest B6113 nuclear warhead, which also performed excellently during the inspection. Did you like this video? Then be sure to give it a like and please subscribe to our Arsenal channel.